Hey, good morning, everyone. Welcome in. Go ahead, give me those thumbs up. Let me know who you are and where you're calling in from, where you're watching from. Where are you in the world? Look, I'm your host, Earl Hall. Today, we're going to be talking about some budget gear for voiceover. If you're a brand new voiceover artist, up and coming, have been in for a while, look, I'm here for you. Hey, good morning. Good morning, Joe Leonard, VO. Thanks for being in here. Let's get this show on the road. Hey everyone, welcome into the show. Thanks so much for being here with me on today. This is going to be a good one. Once again, thanks so much, Joe Leonard, for being in here from Ohio in the house. And we also have Amit Kumar, who's in here from India. Amit, I'm used to seeing you in here, man. I want to thank you for your support of the broadcast that we do. Definitely appreciate that. You are a great person. Thanks so much. And I love everyone that comes into the show to really see what we have going on in regards to how to start, build, and grow a successful VO business. As I told one of my friends this morning, this show today, I've got something big coming up for Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, and Cyber Monday. I want to be able to show you some of the things that you can actually use to really start, build, and grow your voiceover business. This is beyond gear, right? This is even mindset things. I want to thank so much. Matisse is in the house. Good morning from Wheaton. Thank you. You guys just don't know how much I appreciate you. You really don't. You know, doing this broadcast and this show has really become a great source of inspiration for me. Just being able to come to you and talk to you and share with you, answer your questions and all of that. And by the way, as we're going through the show, believe me, you can ask me questions of anything regarding voiceover. The only thing I ask is you put a capital Q and a colon, and then type out your question, and then I'll know that that's a question that I need to pay attention to in case I am not. Namaste to you as well, Amit. Definitely appreciate you for being here. I know one of the things you guys aren't used to seeing is really my setup. This is really how I do what I do. You know, I've got my Sony camera here, my Sony lens. Love this camera from Sony, the ZV-E10. It's a brand new camera from Sony that just came out back in September, I believe it was, and I was able to grab one of those up. Right now, you're listening to me on this microphone up here that you can barely see, which is my Senko Mic D2. It is also my voiceover mic, so you see that off camera. There, and then if I switch over, you see I got on my mic boom. I just switched my mic, so you can probably detect that as well. This is my Shure SM7B, which a lot of times you normally see with me on camera. Let me just go back to my regular shot here. So look, what I want to share with you today is just some of the budget gear, and we're going to call it budget gear, that is really probably going to get you underway with what it is that you need to be kind of considering. Some of you may not know, I am an Amazon influencer, and you can actually get to my store. And let me just, I'm going to put that up on screen. So I'm just going to add some text here, and I should probably just copy and paste, right, instead of trying to get this whole thing and type this in. Whoops. Let's do a refresh of this. All right, and then copy, and then we'll go here and we will paste, and we're going to add that into the shot, and we'll see where we can put this so that it makes sense. And I can probably just make that a bit smaller here and move this over right there. You should be able to see that there. All right, so that's how you get to my Amazon store, which you're seeing on screen right now. It's just amazon.com/shop/Earl Hall Studio. And what you're going to notice in this store is that I do a lot of reviews of gear for Amazon, a lot of different things. from gear to do content creation, cameras, gimbals, a lot of things like that. But then what you'll notice is I've got microphones for voiceover. And then, also I've got my Pro VO setup. And even if you go to my store and you see this, we'll just go to the microphones for voiceover. And I've got some of the microphones that I would suggest in here. This one here is the MKH416. It's a pricey mic. It's not inexpensive. So we're going to go back, and what we're going to do is, let's just go back here. Let's type in the microphone that you saw me using, the Synco. There it is, Mic D2. I'm actually going to put this in my store as well. This is the microphone that I use, the Synco Mic D2. It's $249, which you saw how much, or if you didn't see how much that MKH416 was, it's like $1,000. This Synco Mic D2 literally is on par with that. I've owned the Sennheiser MKH416, and now I own the Synco Mic D2. I'm telling you, it is indistinguishable to me. And so this is now my official go-to microphone for voiceover. It's $249. And let me just see. I want to add this to my list. And I'm going to add this to my, let's see, which one? Starter voiceover setup. Do I want to add it to that one? Or do I want to add it to, I'm going to add it to my Pro VO setup, which is already there. So I just added it twice because I know that it's in my Pro VO setup. Excuse me. So if I go back to my Amazon page, and let's just take a look at what's in the Pro VO setup. And so I have that in there twice now, the Synco Mic D2. You can see it in my store, $249 for that. And then also we have and I'm just going to bring mine up because I have one. This is one of my favorite pieces of gear as far as an audio interface goes, to be able to connect your microphone to your computer. And it is an outstanding audio interface. It is this here, and let me go back to my full shot. The Scarlett Focusrite. And I don't think I have my appropriate settings on here, so let me do that. Okay, now, there we go. Now everything's in focus. My Focusrite Solo. I have had this, really since almost the beginning of my VO career, and it has sustained me so many times. I use it now when I'm on the road, if I want to connect it to my, my microphone to my laptop, and it is such a great little piece of gear to actually have and own. It's solid construction on this thing. Do any of you have this? If you have the Focusrite Solo, put that in chat for me, that this is the interface that you use. This is only $120 to be able to really connect any XLR microphone, not USB, but XLR microphone, and these are XLR cables over here that you're seeing, to be able to connect your Synco Mic D2 to your Focusrite. Excuse me. And so then if I go back to my main shot here, basically this is a USB connection, and you see that right here. You just connect it via USB, and it comes with the cord in the box so that you can go ahead and get that information, that audio information, right into your computer. And so you'll notice here, and I mentioned this, I think, on a live stream on Wednesday, this is a DBX286S. Now, this is an additional piece of gear, whereas if you have trouble adding compression, taking out noise, adding some brightness to your voice, this piece of gear, and I own it, and will always own it, I'll never sell it, this eliminates some of the stuff that you have to do in post-production, where you're trying to take out your noise, you're trying to add in compression. This little piece of gear here, and we'll just look at this here, this has phantom power on it. This has the drive, which is your compression that's on that as well. You even have an audio expander. You have a gate to be able to take out the noise. You have a de-esser that's on here, and the output gain. I'm telling you, so many VOs have this little piece of gear in conjunction with what they have with like their Focusrite Solo, so that they don't have to do a lot of stuff in post. They don't have to do a lot of stuff in post. And you can tell here, even when you look at the Pro VO setup, if you spend $249 on the Synco mic, another $120, we're at just over $300 here. And then if you just add in your mic stand, we are under $500 to have a complete VO setup. And that is really the range that you want to be in to start thinking about your gear. Then if you add on the DBX 286S, how much was this? The DBX 286S is $394 is what it's costing. So you're up to about $700, $800 if you add that in. Still under $1,000 to be able to do this. Throw in some cords. Now, this little thing here, I'm going to tell you something about this little setup here. $230 total. And what are you getting? You're getting the microphone, a condenser mic from Scarlett. You're getting Scarlett headphones. You're getting the Scarlett Solo, the Focusrite Solo, like I've shown you that I own. I own an older one, right? You can probably kind of tell it's a little bit older. The Focusrite, obviously you've got the 48 volts of phantom power so that you can power your mic. If you have a condenser microphone, that mic needs power. So you have to go ahead and do that. It comes with the cords that are needed. And let me just tell you, this whole setup for $229, I actually have students using this. That I know of, there are 5 that literally are using this setup, and it is outstanding and amazing. I've never owned this, but I've heard their audio from this, and it is pristine audio. If you know anything about how to go ahead and, use your DAW, which you see here, I have Adobe Audition in my queue. It's $20 per month. Now, let me tell you this, because some people say, well, I just want to own my DAW. I don't want to have to pay extra every month or whatever. I have this subscription, this literal subscription I have for Adobe Audition, because when you have a subscription, you get all of the updates right when they happen. You're on a subscription plan, so you don't have to worry about, oh, they came out with this new feature that I think would be really cool. Now you have to pay more. No, you get on the subscription plan, $20.99 per month. And let me just tell you, as a business owner, it's a write-off anyway. So you're not paying for it. Adobe Audition, I love Adobe Audition, but you have heard me say, when people ask what is the best DAW to use, I say it is the one that you know. That is the one that you want to use. If you're using Audacity and you know Audacity, don't worry about moving. I happen to use Adobe Audition because I've been using Adobe Audition since before it was called Adobe Audition. It was my first DAW, so I know it inside and out. So, but if you're looking to upgrade, if you're looking to add on the functionality of Adobe Audition, then you may want to consider that. But just know there's going to be a learning curve involved with this. So when you look in my store, at the website that's right below my picture here, amazon.com/shop/Earl Hall Studio, you can get to all of this and see all of the great gear that I suggest and have suggested over the years. You've got the Pro VO setup, you got the microphones for voiceover, you've got the audio interfaces. Now let's just go here. Now these 3 or 4 right across the top are from Focusrite. This one is if you want to have 2 mic inputs for your audio. This one is the Solo, which I use. I also have this from PreSonus, the AudioBox USB 96 2x2. I own this, and then this one is a great one as well from PreSonus. there are a lot of different ones. Now, this one here, this is a little funny one, the Zoom recorder. This one, the Zoom H5, I own this one. This one is pretty cool because it acts not only as a recorder, and you see the microphones on top here, but below, and I'm not sure if you can see right at the bottom, there are two mic inputs, two XLR mic inputs that you can record into. And the thing about this is you can actually connect this via USB, and it comes with all the cords. You can connect this via USB directly to your computer as well. I use this as an audio interface when I first moved from Milwaukee to now where I live in North Carolina. I use this because I had left my Focusrite back in storage in Milwaukee, and I had to go back this past spring to get all of my stuff. That's why I have it now. But this saved the day for me because I bought this. And you can use this out in the field. I mean, to record sounds, if you need sound effects, birds chirping, crickets chirping, water running. It does some very, very good recording. And so right here in this store, and let me just go back to my audio interfaces here. This first one here, which is a Rodecaster Pro. And you probably saw, and this is kind of pricey, right? And you don't really need this for voiceover. I use this for content creation. You can see it's a $600 interface. It's not made for specifically voiceover. It's made for, to me, it's made for content creation. And you can kind of see I have that right here on my desk. This is what I use. I can put in sound effects, different things like that, that you'd be able to hear and listen to. I think that went off. Oh, I don't think I have it connected. For some odd reason, it is not playing, but I had a little horn right there, and there's different buttons you can push to bring in different sound effects. You can connect your phone to this. A lot of different functionality, especially for us that are into content creation. You kind of see that. So I'll go back to my main cam here. But if you go to, and I'll go back to my screen share, if you simply go to Amazon.com/shop/Earl Hall Studio, you can see a bunch of different gear here. Let's see. I didn't see the different comments coming in. Cyrus Webb, good morning from Mississippi. Thank you for being here. We've got Joe Leonard, VO. Nice setup. Thank you so much, Joe. I appreciate that. And Joe is also saying that, you're not coming in all the way here. Let's see if we can get you in here with some of this stuff here. And now I'm moving stuff around I don't need to be moving around. See, when you have this set up, Joe, there it is. Joe says, I have the Senko D2 for about a week now. It's really amazing. My favorite mic. Joe, I'm just telling you, it is my favorite mic. It is literally my only mic at this point as well. Joe is also saying that he has the Focusrite as well and the DBX 286S. So this is great. So people that are on right now have some of this gear that we're talking about. Good morning, Brenda Star 777. Thank you for being here with me again this morning. I appreciate you. Amit is saying, please review about Arturia audio interface. I don't know that interface, so I can't review it because I've never used it, and I only talk about things that I've literally used, which I think is important. Because I can't give a recommendation for things that I have never used. So that's important, right? You don't want people just talking about stuff that they don't know about. But thanks for bringing that up. Matisse is saying he has a question. I have the Zoom H6 that I use, has an interface when it's the moment to switch. When is it the moment to switch to something better? Here's the thing. When you ask when is the moment to switch to something better, is it working? That's the question. Is it working, or is it just something you want? Is it working? The Zoom H6 is an interface. It is, I wish I could put my hands on my interface. Let me just, actually, I believe I can. If I just open my cabinet off to the side here, and I'll go back to my main camera shot. And this is the case. It comes in a very nice case. Okay, so I've got my Zoom it's in its own little case as well. Let's put this off to the side. All right, so this is the Zoom H5 that I have. And as I was saying, it's got 2 mic inputs on the bottom. And what it does as well, acting as an interface, it also has an SD card slot, so you can record and save it on an SD card on the side here. It does take 2 AA batteries, which normally last a long time for me. Then also off to the side, on the other side, you have your inputs as far as being able to connect it to your computer. So this is all good with this. It comes with volume, it comes with headphones on the side. The thing about this microphone, which is a great microphone, it actually pops off. And what I did is I bought this little extension that now I can pop this on. Yeah, this doesn't come with it, but you have to buy it. It's sold separately. And now it's a shotgun mic. And sometimes what I have done, if I give you my overhead shot, what I have done, because it comes with a screw on, and you can put it on top of a camera, so that now this can act as a shotgun mic on your camera, and it is very, very effective for that. So this, when you ask the question about switching to something better, if it is working, why would you switch? That would be my question to you. Because so many times I know we're gearheads and we want to get the latest and greatest thing, right? We want to get that latest and greatest thing. Just looking to put my gear away here. Comes in this little handy dandy case that just pops in there, and then I have another case that I put all of that into. None of this comes with this. I bought this case and it had this little foam stuff, and I can take that foam stuff out and make it to the shape that I want it to make it. So that's why I can just pop this other little mic right in there, and you can see, you know, all that foam just kind of tears out on the inside, and you can just make that. I probably should put this in my store as well, to have that, because I don't believe I have this in my store. I'm away from the mic, so I'm sorry about that. But don't look to switch if something's working. If there's something that you just want to have, no problem with going out and buying what it is that you want. But don't think that if you purchase a better interface, it's going to blow up your voiceover career. That's kind of the premise of this whole thing. The gear that you have, and the show that I did, I think on Wednesday, where I said don't buy another piece of voiceover gear until you're making money, don't even worry about it with that. But I wanted to just come to you and show you some of the gear that you may want to consider buying. If you are in the market for some new gear, you can always go to right here, Amazon.com/shop/Earl Hall Studio, and go ahead and pick up that gear. You can watch all of the videos that I've done on the different products as well. As far as reviews go, I've reviewed some mics from Saramonic. Obviously, you can see on the screen. Obviously, Adobe Audition, because I love it. Just some of the different gear that I have reviewed over my time, different microphones. You see here, this is the PreSonus. You can see that I have that. I own that. It's right in my studio. You can see the Synco Mic D2 that's there. You can see that Rode mic. You can see my Shure SM7B. You can see my Focusrite Solo that I've been talking about this whole time. So you can see the different reviews that I've done for a lot of different products, and see what's going to make sense for you. The Synco Mic D2, there it is right there. So just go ahead and check out Amazon.com/shop/Earl Hall Studio, and you can see some of the great stuff that's there. Now, once again, if you have any questions about any of the gear that we've looked at today, you can go ahead, ask me a question in the comments wherever you're watching this. Well, actually, I'm only broadcasting live on YouTube right now, and I encourage everyone, if you have or are not following me on YouTube, please make sure that you do. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and make sure that you tick the bell so that you know when I go live, and you can come in and see what it is that we're talking about. Can you do me a favor today? If I have bought you any value at all, can you give me a couple thumbs ups? Go ahead and hit that thumbs up. Let me see them coming in, and I definitely appreciate you for that. I come to you live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. This was a little bit of a different kind of show. I'm giving you a setup here for some of the things that I'm going to be doing on Black Friday, on Cyber Monday, and also Small Business Saturday. We're going to have a lot of stuff that you're going to be able to take a look at, even above and beyond gear that I know are going to be amazing and needed for the voiceover community. So I kind of wanted to give you a preview of kind of how Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, and Cyber Monday are going to look right here on the show, brought to you by Earl Hall Studio and Steps to Voiceover Success. I love answering your questions. I love seeing your comments come in. It keeps me on my toes, makes me think on the fly, so I definitely love that. But look, I just want to make sure that you all know that I appreciate you. I want you to know that. So even as we close out the show, I want to make sure that you know that you are appreciated. You are definitely appreciated. And I want to make sure and just say have a great weekend. Make sure that you give me those thumbs up, leave me a comment, leave me your questions, and we will see you on the next episode, which will be Monday, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, you take care.